Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Boys.
Hi, boys.
Yeah. Good evening.
What's happening?
Monday.
Is it really?
Yes.
I'm so confused. I don't know what day it is.
Well, it's Monday and it's week 57. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I worked all weekend, so I didn't really have a weekend. So I'm just like, huh? Oh, we got to do the show tonight. Damn.
Oh, right.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky Rogers got their crap sorted out, eh?
Yeah.
Because I had nothing. No internet, no phone, no texting, no nothing.
Well, I hear everybody had that problem all over the place. Tried to order out today, and they warned us that, you have to pay in cash at the door, and it's like, that's not happening. So,
yeah.
But because then I'd have to go into the vault, right? So, didn't want to do that.
You mean the wallet?
Yeah. Exactly. The leather vault with nothing in it.
Yeah.
But I was just about ready to head up and get some of those great burgers up at Country Stop Burger.
Oh, yeah. I know, eh? I was craving them today, too.
Oh, yeah. First, I mean, really, there's nothing else in life right now that really comes to mind that gets me excited. Like,
look at that.
Burger. Look at that burger.
Oh, my God.
So is that 4 pieces of meat, or is it 3?
That's a triple.
It's an optical illusion, I think.
Yeah, it's a triple. It's 3.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because there's a young guy that goes into Danny's store, and he always wants some big, huge-ass burger. And he ate that, the triple, with fries, and he had a Euros and a drink.
So what's a Euros?
It's a wrap.
Okay.
That meat they shave off a big bowl or something like that, and they wrap it. North Americans, Canadians, whatever they call them, gyro, because that's how it's spelled. But it's a euro.
Euros. Right? I want my euros. Up with your head. I want my heroes now.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to say now? Yeah, I missed last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yes.
Abducted by aliens, got probed, all that fun stuff.
So is that what you were thinking? We were going to ditch you tonight, and you had to do the show by yourself?
Yeah, but with the the whole thing with Rogers going down. I mean, it's funny. It kind of went down faster than a young blonde boy in prison, but it stayed down. George, you just got that one, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
So delay in the audio.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my excuse anyway.
Hey, Richard.
Sticking to it.
Hi, Richard.
So so that happened, and so I was kind of noodling in the background for you guys. So
I heard that was nationwide, like right across Canada.
Yeah, today, definitely. Yeah. And it might have been because you were able to call me, and so maybe it was something with their transmitters and not the.
Well, it's weird because this morning I was able to text, and this phone was acting weird. Some stuff wasn't really working properly, and then later, maybe an hour or so later, nothing. Couldn't do a thing. And I called the 611 number, to get some technical support.
Yeah.
And their message pretty much said, we're overwhelmed and can't take your call.
Yeah.
And that was it. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then just tonight, I thought, Yeah,
Right?
I thought I got to get a hold of you to let you know that I might not be able to make it, and I wouldn't be able to text or call or nothing to even notify you.
Right.
And it was weird. I tried calling you, it rang a couple times and hung up,
Yeah.
and
It was
then you
odd.
called me back, and we had a phone call. It was perfect.
It was
So,
good. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
we got through the whole, phone sex session and everything. So,
I know,
hey,
eh?
what about
Woohoo!
your George? What about your connection? Are you on Rogers or?
No.
Oh.
I'm with V Media, who run through the Bell lines, I think.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, so they just
so
popped
you
the
would have
bell
been
up.
fine regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were
They
okay.
charge
Yeah.
you a lower fee than Bell and you get probably better customer service.
Oh, much better. Much
Yeah, I
much.
bet. I bet.
I'd advise anybody to check out V
Bell
Media.
Bell
Had it
sucks.
about,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've had it about 2 years, maybe a bit more. Love it.
But hey, I
Highly
got
recommend
stolen.
it.
I was up and running, right?
Mhm.
Huh.
So, but
Yeah,
again,
because you
because I'm
got the best of all. You got the
Yeah,
Starlink.
yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, I've had it because I'm a beta tester. It's a little bit. Sometimes I won't say it's fully stable because they do testing throughout the day, which that's what you kind of sign up for. But by September, it should be stable. But I've been hitting
Yeah.
speeds at 280, 300 megabits per second with
Yeah,
download
sometimes you
speeds
post
are-
it, and it's pretty
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Well, and I look, I'm on these other sites with other beta testers, and we all
Yep.
kind of keep in touch. So they're getting crazy. Like they've hit over 300, and that if you look at Bell and Rogers tapping out at what about 170 ish or something. I don't
Yeah.
I don't even think they hit 200.
Well,
But
I signed up too for beta, so
oh yeah,
I'm just waiting for the notification saying they
yep,
got me.
yep.
I've already sent them my money and waiting.
I'm telling you, it's so like I don't know. It's relieving, empowering, and all of that stuff. It just I don't have all those bills I had from them because I'm in a rural area like yourself, Michael. It
Yep.
just it's brutal.
Oh,
500
they
bucks
just
for internet a month.
ding you.
So,
It's ridiculous. They know they got you by the balls and they just let you have it.
yeah, for sure.
That's why
So
I'm glad they're out there.
Aaron's out
Hey?
there. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
hi,
we got
Aaron.
a lot of people on
Aaron.
tonight. So join the party, peeps. Oh
Can you help me
yes,
out, George?
Heiko, I
yes.
thought you'd never ask.
Cheers, everybody. Grab a drink. That's better. Now I can talk. I'm lubricated.
Na zdrowie.
Yeah, post. Oh.
Yeah, that was an interesting show last week, wasn't it, Heiko? We kind of flew by the seat of our pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we lost our buddy, and we were
Yeah.
talking about things at the beginning, and we kind of turned
Well,
it into a
that was-
trivia show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my fault because
That's okay.
I switched something on the radio network with Indie Rock Radio. So hello to our friends out there at Indie Rock Radio.
Yeah.
Montreal. Actually, my uncle just died. He was living in Montreal. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, he died yesterday.
Was
No, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah. Was he ill or was
Right.
it sudden or was
Well, I have no idea. Actually, they didn't give me any details. They just said, dead. And then so then other family members are posting it all over my Facebook in random posts. So so there's Kathy on. Hey Kathy, she says, what's beta? Well, kind of like your beta fish, it's a loan. But no, it's a beta test. They get groups of people to test the product before they do final release on it. So
Yeah,
it's
isn't the
limited
word
to
beta?
beta.
What does the word beta mean? Isn't it like testing
Beta is
or
one
initial?
alone. It's
Yeah.
your like a single. Yep.
For all
like,
you smart listeners out there, somebody out there must know what the word beta means. Let us
yeah,
know.
so I know Kathy's got a beta fish or 20. Or
They used to
couple-
have beta and VHS.
yes.
Huh?
so like George is sitting in front of his microphone, so he's a beta in front of his microphone. So
Okay.
unless you have someone under your desk.
A base.
Love those
I
lights.
didn't understand that.
No, it's okay. You weren't meant to. It's So it was
Okay.
good.
Oh, it's going to be one of those evenings. Here we go. Okay,
Back.
you're not going to get the quiz tonight. That's for sure.
No, I think
Sick of it.
the word the beta is just single, right?
Right. What's alpha
Medium
beta? Whoever heard that? Alpha beta. What does that mean?
maybe.
Oh, I
No.
think that's university stuff. They have alpha, beta, lambda, that kind of shit. Maybe that's, I don't know.
Okay. I know alpha, omega. Alpha
Well,
is like first and last,
so-
or something like that, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
beta. Why would? Okay. I don't know.
So well, actually, like, okay, so the definition here is actually beta. Is second of a series of
Yeah.
items, and then
Please.
forms a chemical compound. But beta test, it's really that came from databases, and beta test was that's how it started. So anytime somebody tests a product now, they call it beta testing. Usually in the electronic space, right?
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
So it's in the testing stage then.
That's right. Yeah. So
Well, good. I hope it takes off. I need something decent up here. Oh my God.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Kathy's wondering what your beta is all about. So
He's
she's
getting
got
beta.
beta
He's getting
fish.
beta
So
all the
she's
time.
probably thinking we were talking
It is-
about fish.
Keisha's right. It is something to do with the Greek alphabet, right?
It is actually.
Hmm.
It's the
Wow.
second letter of the Greek alphabet.
Hmm.
Beta,
Hmm.
translated as B.
B. So it's
B?
Pretty tough.
Beta?
That- yeah, that'll
so
sizzle your
second.
mind.
So that would be second, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey George, what do you got for trivia tonight?
Well, I've got the album cover, which I didn't have to do much work this week because I'm just using everything from last week. So-
Yes. Yeah,
so
because last week was a little different.
yeah, it was interesting. And it is the backside of the vinyl album, and there it is.
Oh, nice. Who's that guy? I know who that guy is.
You do?
Is that like a what is that like? What is it? Are there holes in that album cover, or
No?
is that?
No, it's painted like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I think I know who it is.
Okay.
A little
See if
closer.
anyone else does.
Okay.
So if you know who the recording artist is, let us
Well,
know.
That's all you
would
got to
give
do.
it away.
Come on, you hot shots. I know you know the answers.
I think
Yeah.
that would give it away.
Yeah. So how are you guys coping with all these new restrictions? Good?
That hasn't changed my life any.
No, it didn't seem to have.
No.
Except I was in a store tonight, and there's all these shelves that you can't buy anything off. You have to walk past them. In the middle of the shelf, you can buy stuff, and on the other side of the aisle, you can get some stuff, but not those.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think they're kind of
almost-
proving a point, though, right? Like, you get those. I hope nobody's from Scarborough, but you get those people out on the west side wanting to shop, so they'll come down to places out here that are in red zone.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
too stupid to
Just-
get out of fucking gray zone.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Those are all brilliant people.
Did I just swear? Sorry, I swore in. Where we piped to some kind of shopping mall out west or something now. So,
Well,
I
it was funny.
apologize for that, but I don't think the shopping malls are running. So
No, because I was coming home today, and the phone I couldn't call or anything, so I thought I'm going to swing by to the mall in Newmarket. That's the big mall, and just see if the kiosk is open, so I can find out if my phone is screwed up or if there's something bigger, because I had no way of knowing. So I went to the mall. There's hardly any cars, but there were some, and there was people going in and out of the main doors. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go in and have a look. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's a giant freaking ass mall, and every single store was closed. They had the doors closed. The odd place had some people in it, so I guess you could do some online shit, and they'd give you whatever you're buying through, a crack in the door.
Yeah.
But the only places that were open was the cell phone places. That was it. Everything else was closed.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It's kind of eerie, kind of strange.
Yeah, like totally empty mall. That was bizarre.
Yeah. Well,
it's like you're in there after hours and it was locked type thing, like a movie. You know?
Yeah. Well, what's confusing? I mean, it's still confusing, right? Because we're trying to figure this out. We've got somebody's birthday this weekend.
Okay.
In Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Now, with all this, restrictions of not, going out for other than essentials or moving out of your area and all that.
Yeah.
If you did, people did the drive-bys. They drive past somebody's house whose birthday it is or was, and just honk the horns and have signs on the sides of the cars, drop a gift off at the bottom of the drive or whatever. Now, would that be classed as a gathering and not allowed?
It's not a gathering because you're not getting together with people.
Exactly.
No.
Right? You're just driving by.
But could you get stopped? Like, if I drove from here in Durham, if I drove like the 40 kilometers to Toronto, would that be? Could an officer of the law stop me and go, "Where are you going?" And then if I'm not going, for work, or would I get? No, I'm going for somebody's birthday. Drive by. Okay, ticket.
No, I think what they've changed now is, I know out in Durham for sure, they're not really, unless there's some kind of probable cause and it comes up in conversation, they're not actively doing that. So,
right.
I know that's the Durham region. So, but to your point, I think the bottom line there, which was pretty obviously stated, is it's a stay-at-home order. So you have to have all of those defining reasons as to why you're out. So it has to be you're going to get food or groceries, you're going to pharmacy, you're going to medical or clinic, or you're going to work because you're some kind of essential or your place of business is still functioning. But other than that, you're not supposed to be leaving.
Yeah. So it's kind of a gray area.
Well, there's nothing gray about it. It's pretty simple.
No, if I was to go down, I'd be definitely,
if you're like within 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers from your home, and you say you're just out getting groceries or supplies or whatever.
Cool.
But if you're 40 kilometers away,
you're in trouble.
It's like I'm just going to drive by someone's house and honk the horn.
I wanted to pull my Harley out actually today and just take a drive across Canada with it, right? But they're doing the inter-provincial borders, so it's not a good idea. But and then where do you like? I'd have to be comfortable with relieving myself in a bush, but that's
what you kind of have to do, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, and then people get arrested for it or hazed because they, have to go. When you got to go, you got to go.
That's
no
it.
Kidding.
That's it.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
So what's the actual date? I mean, it got extended to 6 weeks. Now is that 2 weeks after the original date? Is that?
Yeah.
So what's
they
the
extended
date?
it 2 more weeks? So I don't know. I think it's when was it? The day up, I think, was on the 28th. It was supposed to be up, but they're going 2 more weeks
Of May.
So it's 2 weeks into May, I believe.
Yeah, and if the numbers don't go down, it's just going to get worse. I mean, when they started lockdown, we hit over 4,000, 42, 4,300.
Yeah.
So
So
and
hopefully it won't ruin the 2-4 weekend. Then Victoria Day, at least people get together by that, right? Or does it overlap that?
No, you can't.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Right? They might lighten up on restrictions, but
George, I think you're watching your lights too, intently. It's not going to happen. Like we can't go.
I don't mean open it up fully, but I mean at least, ease them a little.
Like go down to red or something. There's a possibility, but right now it's
it's another weekend that can be written off along with all the others, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Aaron just said it's open till May 20th.
Okay, so that's
keep your stick on the ice because we're almost there. Just chin up, onward and upward.
Yeah, because I don't watch the news. I've not watched it for about 3 or 4 weeks now.
Yeah, the news is bullshit.
It is. I've been
there
watching.
Is no news except COVID.
Well,
God.
I mean, I stopped watching it because you could just watch an episode from 12, 13 months ago. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know, so what am I keeping up to date with? That's why I've
Yeah,
not
they
been
give you the
bothered.
numbers, they give you blah blah blah, and
Stay at home, stay tuned, and that's it. That's all you get, right? So
Yeah.
I can do that. So I've been watching women's rugby even and women's tennis.
Oh, yeah?
nice.
Anything, anything, yeah. I put that
you
on in
just
the
got
daytime.
creative.
Just leave that.
I don't think
women's
this
rugby
is
is quite
going away anytime soon because
Well, yeah, it depends if they get
our
this vaccine sorted out, right?
our country hasn't got it figured out. Like
exactly.
they're
No.
just go look at some other countries. When it first started, they shut everything down. They closed the borders. They shut down the airlines. They had curfew. They just smashed her down right away and said, that's it. And look at those countries are doing okay right now.
Yep.
Look at us dumb fucks. We go, oh, people got to get out. So they lighten it up a little bit and then they go, oh my God, look what's happened. It's worse than before. It's going to keep doing that if we keep doing this stupid yo-yo thing.
Yeah.
Like, shut her down and deal with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Part of it is people are just sort of insensitive to it, like sort of numb to it. So they just go about their merry way. So a friend of mine,
they're numb to it, and then they don't want to listen to it. They think it's all a crock of shit. You know what? They should just be locking it down, and then they should be using our police forces and whoever else to have a little chat with these people that are out there not doing as they're told.
But it puts the officers of the law in a tricky position, right? It's kind of tough for them.
And you see, even that, I understand. Ford came out and he says he's going to give the police a lot more muscle, where they can just pull over a car, ask you where you are, and that. And I understand his way of thinking. That's not really what he meant. But did you see how immediately the people lost their shit? Oh my God, how could they do this? How could they do that? That's against our freaking rights. It's like, there's something going on out there. There's a pandemic. They're trying to get people to listen. Absolutely. They're going after the people that are still partying in the parks and that kind of shit. It's like, all you buttercups out there, just do as you're told.
But I mean, isn't that the thing, that partying outside isn't anywhere near as dangerous as partying staying indoors? Yeah,
but see, the problem is, if partying meant you were standing 6 feet apart with a mask on,
I don't know.
It would be okay. But partying is not that. Everybody's got a drink in their hand. They don't have a mask on their face because they're drinking, and they're all socializing, and, you'd be standing downwind from somebody 6 feet apart. No one's wearing a mask. Well, you know what? You might get sprayed on. You might get something, right?
Yeah. But I was watching a soccer game from Miami into Miami and LA Galaxy. They had like thousands in there. Just like it was like a flashback. So I don't know what the repercussions of that will be. And I know it's happened in Texas for sure at the baseball, where there's been people in. So I don't know what the numbers are there, but it's just
So I was talking to a buddy in Florida a couple of days ago, and it was says it's just a free for all. Nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
So it's it's just ridiculous. But so last week, a friend of mine had COVID, and it's just getting out of his system now. But this guy is not that it matters. He's from Korea, but he's like in super awesome shape. Young guy. He's in his 30s. Haven't spoke to him in a while, but he sent me a note. Just some of his closer friends, and he explained the whole process. How difficult it was to breathe, and it hurt to swallow, and it his whole body was just he couldn't believe it because he had like zero strength, right?
But an influenza will do that to you, right?
It's not COVID. He had COVID. So
it kicks the crap out of you.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
mean, there's that going around too, George. I mean, people are saying, yeah, the flu and comparing it to COVID. So,
Mhm.
anyway,
It is a flu, right? I mean, basically, it's just a particularly
Yeah.
virulent one of the word is, yeah.
the deadly one.
Deadly. Well, all flus can be deadly, right? There's always thousands of deaths just from seasonal flu.
Exactly.
So that's the
Really bad.
confusing part for me. But I think, like, hopefully they've learned something. I know, like, it's unpleasant to have these restrictions, but on the science side of it, hopefully we know more about it. And if they
Yep.
get these vaccines rolling, we should get this done. By the end of the
Oh, yeah.
year, hopefully.
Yep. I've got mine scheduled, so that's good.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to get through the actual site and everything in it. It's always closed down, nothing, like no schedule anywhere. So a friend of mine got it scheduled for me. So
Right.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, actually, funny enough, I mean, my son got an email yesterday, and he's not even 40, he turns 40 like this year.
Yep.
And they got an email last night. He, texted or whatever, and he got an appointment for Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
sometimes you get in.
yeah. So, and hopefully he'll get it, but I believe there's a bit of a hiccup, isn't there, with
Yeah.
it? So, I mean, it's okay to book an appointment. It's whether you actually go and get it. It's like the acid test, right? But
See, and the one thing, people are all complaining and bitching. They don't understand. There's companies making this vaccine in other countries, like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
We're not making it here in Canada, right? Where if we made it here, we could pump it out like crazy to our people.
Yeah.
And you got to realize these other countries that are making it are also trying to look after their own people.
Well, of course.
And all the other countries that they're sending it to as well. So, production has a big thing to do with it. I imagine they're working 24/7 with extra people and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, there's going to be hiccups sometimes getting it. And that's natural, but that's the problem we have. It's got nothing to do with, we need the Red Cross to help and the Army to help and all that. No, we don't need any of that bullshit. There's enough people. We just need more of the vaccine. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and they were trying to tell people that on the news, but the words kind of, some people hear things a little differently than they're spoken. Maybe it's not clear enough. And then all this crazy talk starts and everybody starts panicking and then whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anyways, I'm looking forward to get out on the bike because I don't think anybody can say anything to you. You're wearing a helmet. I got a full face shield on my helmet, so I'm the boy in the plastic bubble.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, we'll probably be left alone to do that as long as you go with other bikers your distance. But what do we know, right? We don't make
even when you're on a group ride, how close do you ride together? Like, Jesus, you know what I mean?
Try and stay a bike and a half to 2 bike lengths behind, right? So,
yeah, and that's even pretty tight.
Yeah. But if the guy in front of you horks a loogie out and you catch it in your face, then you got a visor.
That's why you only get to ride with people that have full face shields, so they can't hork a loogie.
In my eye. I felt it in my eye. He's not in my eye. Wait, it's semen.
Oh, nice. Well, anyway, hopefully, I mean, I got a booking at the weekend from a young lady who's getting married in September the 11th. She said, let's be optimistic. Let's book it. So let's be optimistic.
At least it's not November.
All right.
Let's talk again in June, and hopefully by June.
Well, and even if they have small groups,
it's only 50
10
people.
indoors, 20 outdoors, whatever it doesn't matter. You can still be there and do your thing, right?
Yeah. It's in a barn in Pickering, actually.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be good.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. So what other trivia you got for us, George?
So who do you reckon this is? Seeing as no one else is.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but I haven't seen Derek or Stephanie Ann. Like, they're always on top of this stuff.
I think they're boycotting the show because Ringo wasn't on last week. So
Oh, there you go. You don't want to listen to that too.
maybe they're-
Oh yeah.
maybe,
Oh yeah.
maybe they were here and they're not
Or-
coming back now.
Our hero's not there. We're not watching this shit anymore.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you reckon, Heiko? You said you think you knew who it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now.
Okay.
Shit. As soon as I saw the face, I go, I know who that is.
Right.
Show it to me again. Damn. Break.
Bring it a little forward, George. We can't really see it.
Are you trying to read the titles?
No. I don't think anybody. It's not.
Oh, are
for
there
us.
titles? I can't even see anything.
Is there?
No. Oh yeah, I see writing, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't read it.
Really dark.
No,
It's from
slipped
the
on my-
mid-70s.
Yeah.
Mid-70s. Well, it would be. It's vinyl, right? So
Yeah,
I would have said
it's not coming from the 90s.
Little pose there, but
it reminded me of that guy that did the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, definitely that. But
Mhm.
the pose and everything almost looks like a Jagger pose, but
Mhm.
can't be him.
No, it's US. He's a US artist.
Guy looks a little thick. No,
No,
No.
no.
Do you want to see the front?
It probably looks
I know.
just like the back.
It does.
okay.
But his name's there.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
Wow, front and back. That's
Yeah, no idea.
Oh,
No,
this is
sorry,
no joke.
buddy.
This is no joke, boys. You're not going to
it's
get
not-
it.
It's not who I thought it was.
No,
It's no joke. This is the serious thing. You're
Rick
not
James.
joking. No, white guy, white
Yeah.
guitarist.
Rick James?
What's in his pocket? I don't know.
I don't know.
Can't see anything in his pocket. The album is called. It's got the same title, the album, and the big track off it, as a Batman villain.
Oh.
The album title is
Paul Stanley.
The
And-
Joker?
The Joker. Is correct. It's Steve Miller.
Oh, Stevie
Ah,
Miller.
Is it really? Son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Yeah, the Joker.
Nice.
I don't remember that album cover because I got Steve Miller stuff.
That's
The Joker.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it opens up. Forgot about that.
More faces.
There he is.
Wow.
I don't know his second album. Anyway, there you go.
Okay. Awesome.
Goes back into the collection, back into the vinyl museum.
So Aaron and
Oh, no, now they're coming through.
Yeah, now they're coming. The Joker.
We're good.
I beat you guys.
You did. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're on the.
You got
as
you're onto
usual.
the Ambers tonight, are you?
I am, yeah. I'm a creature of habit at the moment. Actually, I found a thing called something Belhaven Black, Scottish based, just like Guinness. I've got some in
Really?
the fridge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great. Yeah.
So,
I've
George,
never
have you
even
had
heard of that one.
Kilkenny? Have you had this?
Oh, the Kilkennys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted. That's what I wanted to get, and I went into on whatever night
Oh,
it
if you
was.
like Guinness, these just don't like with Guinness. I mean, it tastes like cigar butts sometimes, but this isn't. This has got a really smooth taste.
Oh yeah, I like Kilkennys. I couldn't get any. They're all gone. They're all
Guinness
gone.
isn't that.
They were just a space there. Next one was this. What's this? Belhaven Black, brewed in Scotland. I thought, let's give it a go.
Huh.
So I had a couple of those the other week, and the other couple.
And it's good?
Well, if you like stouts, yeah.
I do. I love stouts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's just you know how Guinness has the draft Guinness and you get the big head on it.
Well, don't
Yeah,
compare
it's
it to
widget.
Guinness.
This
Because
doesn't have a widget in it, but it does the same thing. So I don't know. It's just a regular can.
Yeah.
And
This
and
has a little ball in it.
It has that weird tiny bubble foam head on it.
yeah, I don't know how they've done it.
Well, that's odd because the only ones like Kilkenny has the widget and it has the same kind of foam in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta open.
and you know it kind of like rises to the top. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you can't see through it, and gradually it settles and settles and settles. It
Nice.
does that, but there's no widget in it.
Strange.
Might try one later. Still got a couple left. It's funny how we always end up drinking out beer on Monday nights, isn't it?
Yeah, I like drinking stouts. I'll try them from all over the place. Some of them even brewed with hints of chocolate or coffee or nuts. They do really good. But unfortunately, you know what I think about Guinness. It's not a stout. It's not even beer.
Oh, stop it.
I always bug everybody that drinks Guinness. I go, what are you drinking that shit for?
There's a real shitty beer called Dragon Stout, and I had it for the first time in Jamaica, and it was like, horrible. But yeah, you can get that. I think
I've tried that.
Yeah,
I got it just for comes in bottles too, right?
Might. I don't know. I've always had
think
it.
so. I think I remember that Dragon Stout. I think I bought a little 6-pack at the liquor store because it had a really cool cap on it.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
So
Jamaica, actually, Jamaicans love Guinness, and I've tried this, and it is brilliant if you like Guinness.
Okay.
They put carnation milk in. You know what pasteurized? Yeah. They actually get the Guinness and add carnation milk to it. Absolutely. And it's a real Jamaican thing to do.
To give it some flavor?
Yeah, get a bit more. Yeah, it makes it creamier.
Sorry, I had to do it.
So,
I've never heard of that.
Really?
That's weird.
Oh, it's a very Jamaican thing, though. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I guess you can't knock it till you try it, right?
No.
Yeah,
you should try everything once.
Really? I do.
Try everything once.
I seriously. I sometimes stroll through the liquor store and look at the beer cans from all over the world, and I look for some. Sometimes it just pop out at me and go, it's got a big bull on it. I'll try that.
Yeah.
And then it tastes like it came through that bull.
Yes. Yeah. The can looks great. There's a brewery, and I think it's in Barry. I can't remember what they're called now, but their cans are amazing. Like
that's the something monkey.
Yeah.
Flying Monkey.
Flying Monkey. That's it.
That's the cans and some of the names of the beers.
Yeah. They're totally decorated.
Yeah. And there's one called Atomic something. It's an IPA.
Yep.
So
I have
a great sponsor of the Atomic Ballroom.
Yeah.
The official drink, the Atomic Blast, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called.
Nice.
I had that. It's good. But I don't know if this is the same way you are. Some of the shit.
Huh?
Have you heard of the pelvic tornado?
No.
Named after Elvis Presley, right?
Right.
Is that a beer?
Yeah.
A drink?
Yeah. Some like
it is.
For pelvic tornado.
Wow.
Wow.
I guess to get you going like
But that's not local around here anywhere, is it?
Where did I see it? You know what? Might have been in Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
the shelves don't seem as well stocked. Like sometimes when you go in, I don't know what that is.
COVID.
Yeah. Everybody blames everything on COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Kilkenny in my local beer store, which is unusual. When I went in at the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try the liquor store.
Yeah.
Seriously, George. Go to the liquor store.
Right.
Yeah, don't go to the beer store.
I've even been in, not this week or whatever, but the other week. That's what I'm saying. I'd go in there and there was no Kilkennys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Muted.
Strange. But anyway. So you go and try something else that's got a nice can, and then you go, that wasn't worth $3.50.
No, definitely not. But at least you can buy it in singles and try it out, right?
Yeah.
But
anyway, that's what I like about it. You see this and that, you grab 2 cans of that, 2 cans of that, you take it home and try it, right?
Right. So to switch gears for a second.
Okay.
Heiko, I was working on that guest to possibly come out. So it's
yes.
She's an actual witch. So
nice.
Yeah. So
we're gonna have a witch on our show. That's perfect.
Yeah. But how it all came about was I was talking to, like I said, I was thinking of taking my Harley and heading west. I've got some friends in Saskatoon. So, but anyway, in kind of exploring that a bit, I looked for some options to stay in Winnipeg. And so when I mentioned that on Facebook, a few friends that live out there reached out, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to stay at Hotel Fort Garry," and
What's
that's
it
got a
called?
room. The Hotel Fort Garry.
Fort Garry Hotel.
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
Garry. So it's an old fort,
Uh-huh.
uh, but it's a beautiful hotel. I spent a lot of time in there. I used to go to Winnipeg quite often every month. Um, but they have this room, and it's room 202. And
Uh-huh.
as the story goes, there was a woman that would go up to 202 and have an affair with some dude, some rando.
Right.
And then her husband and her husband's dad showed up and shot the guy.
Mm.
And then she was so distraught she hung herself. So there's variations of the story, but apparently what happens is people that stay in that room will kind of feel someone sleeping beside them,
Mm-hmm.
get a little nudge once in a while, whatever. And
Yep.
I mean, what else happens there? Oh yeah, so there's that. So you get the sense that somebody's sleeping beside you, nudging you, and all of that. That usually means like midnight sex or something. But then you've got the room where they claim blood kind of drips down the walls.
Yeah.
They can the closet door opens and so on. So
Oh, cool. Well, you
uh,
used to do all this Ghostbuster stuff, right?
oh yeah, a few years back, yeah. But
Yeah.
so I stayed there one night. I flew in pretty late, and there was a snowstorm. So I got there. It was really late. It was after midnight, and so they said they had a shuffle with the rooms, and I think it was just there was a young guy at the desk, and I think he was just messing with me because he put me in 202.
Uh-huh.
But I had no idea. I didn't even know the story at the time,
Okay. Yep.
and so I got there. It's a really it's a period dated room, like it's really old but really nice.
Yep.
Sort of like staying at the Royal York. Um,
Okay. Yep.
and yeah, so it's nice. So it's got this big double bed or king size bed and a closet door. So I opened the closet door and I had to iron a shirt. So I ironed the shirt, hung it up in the closet, and then it had like back in the 40s they'd had like in a closet you'd have the electrical cord and you'd have a light your light at the bottom of it, right? So it'd just be hanging.
Yeah.
So I shut it off. There was a chain. I shut it off
Right.
and I closed the door. I'm sure I did it. And I hit the pillow. And I was actually sleeping quite well. And then I felt that I, was leaning up against the pillow or something that somebody was, it felt like somebody beside me, but I really didn't get unnerved by it. I thought, oh, there's a pillow and it had all
Yeah.
these fluffy
Yeah.
blankets.
Right.
So then I get up because I noticed the closet light was on and the door was open. So I pulled the door open wider. And so when you pull a door open, there's a thing called negative static pressure. So when you pull it out like that, you
Yeah.
would think that it would suck, the air would come out, and it might sway that light kind of like this, right, towards me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's going like this, and it's
Sideways.
going with the length of the closet. So that one I couldn't figure out because
That's new.
it's the middle of winter. The windows are closed because there's a storm outside, so there's no air blowing in there. But I really didn't think about it. I just reached in, stopped the light, shut the thing off, and went back to bed. And then
Right.
I'm looking up in the border of the room as I was falling asleep, and I remember this. It looked very, very black, and the walls, had wallpaper on them and kind of a
Mhm.
bright color. But so that was kind of my experience, and really slept like a baby. Woke up, felt great, went and had breakfast, and didn't think about it. About
Yeah.
2 or 3 months later, I'm at home. My daughter comes over because I was telling her about, hey, there's kind of strange things happening, and she says, "Hey, Dad, check this out." And the book is called Canadian Ghost Stories. So I'm reading it, and as I'm reading it, I'm getting a chill, right? And
Really?
oh yeah, it was, and I don't know. When I was out ghost hunting, I was pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff, but it, it was a good experience because it didn't bother me. I was quite comfortable, and probably the greatest I've slept in a long time.
Right on.
So yeah, but so that came up in conversation today, which turned into a whole discussion about ghosts. So I was on YouTube surfing, and yeah, I found some YouTubers that have done rented the room and gone up and done studies and that. So
Okay.
one in
Yeah.
particular is actually a witch, and so yeah, more to come on that. But we're going to likely get her on in a couple of weeks, and
That
that
sounds
should be
great.
an interesting story.
Mhm. I've actually
Sounds
got
good.
that book. I've got a couple of books like that, Canadian Ghost Stories here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I picked one up because I want to plan to do some riding.
Mhm.
All ghost towns in Ontario.
Mhm.
Well, Richard, I don't know if Richard's still on, but he was on when we started up. But he's always posting stuff like that. Like he likes to go out and explore.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I were going to actually go up and do, go up into the Great White North and do some wilderness winter camping. But COVID and
That's always
everything.
fun.
Yeah, because the minute we decided to sort of do that, I was going to take him up on the offer, and then Sudbury, Greater Sudbury went into gray.
Lockdown.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Oops.
yeah, and I've been wanting to go up there. Actually, a friend of mine just had surgery a couple of days ago, and I was thinking, you know what, I can just zip up there, but you can't. I mean, how do you explain that, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I
I'm
made
not
a wrong turn
encouraging
somewhere.
anybody
I'm
to
trying
do-
to find my way home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So have you
There's
have you
Richard there
had
now.
oh there we go. I still want to do some camping. Okay, there you go.
So Richard,
Wants to do a
he's
haunted
living
place.
in Ottawa, but I wonder, Richard, do you own a motorcycle at all, or?
Yeah, because that's what I was hoping to do is find a couple of these haunted towns, ghost towns,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and do a little motorcycle trip with a bunch of guys and just go for a ride and check stuff out, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess if Richard doesn't have a bike, he could either carry all his supplies in his vehicle, or
In his car and follow us.
yeah.
Well, we've done that with people before too. We've gone on trips and a couple of us go by bikes, and then you have a couple people in a car. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna mess around with another car, so
No.
But yeah, there's always that option.
Yep. And we went down south to Lake George. We had a great trip down there, and one of the guys actually came along. He says, "No, I'll follow you guys around in my pickup truck." And he says, "Put all your shit in the back of my truck, so your bikes aren't all loaded down." And it was like, wow, really?
Well, Lake George, have you stayed at that hotel down there? They used it to film The Shining.
No, we couldn't. It was all booked up. It's always booked day. So we rented a house right on the lake. Like we could see the hotel from our place. Yeah.
I've been there. Stayed there. Actually, they have.
You stayed at the hotel?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty awesome.
Wow, right on.
Yeah, so we tried to. They actually do have a couple of haunted rooms. They have them locked out. They won't. Apparently, the experiences there have been so bizarre that we feel it's kind of unsafe. Now, that's the story they gave us, because we were at the bar, and of course, after a long night of drinking whatever we were drinking at the time, I think there were, I don't know, we were at some kind of a conference. There were about 10 of us. I don't know, 5 women, 5 guys, I guess, and we were all like hammered. And we went up there to check this out. And so So we got, hotel management came up and said, "Hey guys, free booze if you come back downstairs." So, but it is very creepy. The outside, you can tell it's The Shining.
Yeah.
The garden is obviously, that big garden maze was it was all
Right.
shot in different locations.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
inside, there were a couple of areas that, like, I think one of the bar areas was actually one of the like a bar slash lounge or something that uh, had all of the ghosts in it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yep.
yeah. So, but it does have its own ghost stories, and it's an awesome resort. Like, it's beautiful up there.
Hmm. Well, let's try and plan something like that this year. It'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We can, and then if we get this lockdown listed, we can just go for a short ride up to Danny's restaurant at Country Stop.
Well, we can go to the Country Stop anytime. Country Stop Burgers. Yeah. He's had groups show up there. It's not like he's inviting people or anything like that. They're doing everything safe, COVID friendly, everything. And now he bought more picnic tables now even. So he can house a lot of people outside. So when the weather's nice and you want good food, right there, that's the place to go. Country Stop Burger.
Yeah, they're really organized. And off
Yeah.
to the side of the place, there's they got all the picnic tables, and then he's got some acreage in the back where
Yes.
we can probably do some really socially distanced events or whatever.
Yes.
Whatever.
He's planning on stuff for this year. So
Mm.
as long as we can do it. Yeah, the spring fling, we missed that, but that was fun.
Yeah. Well, this one here is April 10th, right? But I guess it's getting moved, or is he? How's that working? No, he did do.
April 10th is done, buddy.
No, I get it, but okay, got it. So it actually did go.
It did go, yeah. Oh, look at that! Oh my God! Did you eat one of those, George?
It took me about a week. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I still love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
And there's the Heiko combo right here.
Oh no, not with that. That's
I know.
That's the worst thing in a brown bottle.
Molson.
Molson Canadian. Something named after our country and it tastes that bad.
So I wonder if Derek's having problems with his internet. I mean, he's not on.
Yeah,
Rogers.
He's usually on bugging us.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I wonder maybe there's a reason. Like,
no, he's upset because you weren't on the show last week, so he said, "Screw that! I'm not watching this dumb show anymore."
He might be actually. I should reach out to him and make sure he's okay. He's not like standing out on his barn or whatever.
No, there must be some reason he would normally be here. But maybe it's because he's a sore loser because Stephanie beat both Heiko and Derek.
Yeah, beat me by half a point because somebody was being generous.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, she's our champ. So next time we do something like that, she'll be the defending champion. But she's not been on tonight either. So
no. Well, maybe they're with Rogers and it hasn't come on where they live. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I'm lucky. I got my internet working just before the show started. So
you might only be coming up in bits, right?
Yeah.
You are right about that, sir.
Well, I think, imagine having it down across the whole country. Now it comes up. Well, all those people that sent messages and texts and pictures and emails, it's all still stuck somewhere, right?
Yep.
So you imagine if it starts to work again. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. So something I noticed. So a friend of mine I was talking to today. He said, "What?" He says, "You weren't on last week," and I said,
"Yeah,
no," because I didn't think he watches the show, and he, periodically he might peek into it, but he's not. He's always out doing something. And so he said, "No, my girlfriend was on and watching the show, and wasn't you weren't on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it just shit happens. I just ran it from the background." But
we told everybody you're just having a mean, nasty shit, and you were kind of tied up in the bathroom for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty much the size, the short of it, I guess. But so I was. But what I found surprising is she apparently he says she comes on every week, but
Really?
doesn't. Yeah, so she doesn't participate. I don't see her on the show.
Yeah.
But again, it's that thing where when you're watching videos on Facebook or whatever, and you scroll over them and they automatically start. Well, our show is kind of like that, and George, my mother watches for you every week. She's probably watching.
And the reason, she thought I should be on every week, so that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
that's the only reason.
Oh, okay. So
Mrs. Ringo.
Michael calls me up about this whole Rogers fiasco, right?
Yeah.
So then I called you, George, and left you a message, right? But you never pick up my messages. But anyway, so I left the message, and on your phone. Oh, you got a Rogers phone, right?
No. When was it? When did you?
It was probably about right after you called me, Heiko.
Oh yeah? Yeah. He's not
that.
Rogers. He said he's with somebody else.
Okay. So
hang
on a second. Maybe I called somebody else.
I think you must have.
Wow. See, George has forgotten all about you already.
I know.
No.
Story of my life.
Okay. I'm gonna
right here. Who was that masked man? Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Well, it's week 57, so
week 57. Yeah.
So, George, I don't know if you can see this here. See this here, George Andrew.
All right.
Yeah. There I see it, George Andrew.
Oh, I'm sorry. 718. So anyway, check to see if you got your message. It doesn't matter.
I've looked at my phone.
I was calling to see whether or not you had the issue with Rogers as well, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm kind of half working on something in the garage, and kind of came in, figured, I'll call you up. So I called you up, and then my mother's like hounding me right up to showtime. Did George call back?
Oh my God.
Jesus.
There you go.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, actually, not on my only arm, but I have almost forgot. I've got another mystery voice.
Oh. Well, now you've got our interest peaked.
Yeah, and I've actually. All right. Do you want to hear the mystery voice?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. Hang on. Give me a second.
I think it's changing. That's the main thing, you see. I think that's why the awards have changed, because the kids are changing for a start. And so is the music changing. And I think, well...
Ooh.
I got my thinking look on.
Obviously British.
No.
Yeah. What was your first clue?
Pretty Irish to me.
Actually, I've got three segments that... Because it's 2 weeks ago I did this, so I forgot. I'll give you another bit. Oh. This is a different segment.
Well, I think so. Not in that sense. I think these days that let's say the public, let's not just say the kids, because we've had sort of all sorts of people at concerts, I think that they're coming to listen to what you're playing and not just to look at you and see what you are. I mean,
he's not a singer.
Sounds like one of the Beatles.
He's actually talking about the Beatles.
Hang on a second. I think Kathy's got it here. Keith
Richards. No, he's not.
It's not? Because I was thinking Keith Richards.
He's not a guitarist. And he's not a singer.
Not a singer, so it's got to be a drummer or a bass player.
It's not Ronnie?
Wow.
Yeah. Third clip coming up here.
I remember when I was, let's go back a few years, when I first went to see the Beatles, because we've mentioned them a few times, it was to look at them, it wasn't, you didn't really bother what you were listening to.
Yeah.
And today, it's not what you are, it's what you're playing. And
so there you go. So he was talking about the Beatles because they kind of replaced the Beatles.
They replaced the Beatles.
Yeah. They became like the
Monkeys.
Like the Who?
No, it's British. British. No.
Oh, British.
Yeah, British.
British.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
No, they're Australian.
Yeah, like come on. Don't insult them like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So we're going back to the very early 70s.
All right, we need another clue then.
I haven't got it. That's three. I'll give you three.
That's it. That's three.
Well,
If you put it two and
Get
two
it.
together, you might come up with it.
I think it's changing. That's the main thing, you see. I think that's why the awards have changed, because the kids are changing for a start. And so is the music changing. I think, well,
So it's basically saying they replaced the Beatles. People went to see them and hear them as opposed to just look at them.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
no, it's
Interesting.
not Ronnie Woods. No.
No. Jeff Beck.
No, it's not Jeff Beck.
So what does he do in the band? Does he sing?
Well, it's either no, he doesn't sing. He doesn't play guitar.
It's a
So
drummer.
he's a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Bon Scott.
No, he's a singer with AC/DC. He's Australian.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. You're still stuck on that band, aren't you?
No, I meant Bonham. Scott
Who?
Bonham.
John Bonham.
Yeah.
From Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. There you go. I get it. I got it.
Yeah.
John Bonham talking about, because what happened was from like, this is what I love about doing this stuff, because after about 8 years of the Beatles being the most popular whatever by Melody Maker band, Led Zeppelin became the number one band as voted by whatever, and that's what it's all about, saying like, you know, it's different, that people now are coming to listen to the music as opposed to just look at you. That's what he was explaining there.
Very well. Very well.
Yeah. John Bonham. I think 1980 was it that he died?
Really?
79, 80.
Wow.
Somewhere around there, yeah. That was the end of Zeppelin.
I think it was 80.
80, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Bonzo.
I'd just like to say thanks for everyone who supported me on that win. And,
we don't get any points, though. It's a good try, but we don't get any points.
The rest of you can. Yes.
Yes, because the fans have been very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple guesses from, Kathy.
Richard.
Oh, that was my next guess.
She's just like, I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, most people aren't. When they talk to me, they go, I wasn't around then.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Never heard of that.
I remember I was working in a bar, going back about 10, 12 years and more, and this regular, very nice lady came up to me, we were talking about something, and she requested the Spice Girls and blah, 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 and I'm like, yeah, play that, blah, blah. I said, and I was telling her about something, a song or that, and her face was like, I'll be music. She goes, George, I'm just a young'un.
Yeah.
I
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Oh yeah, of course you are. Yeah. But it's better than the alternative. Getting old is better than the alternative, as I said.
Yes,
for sure.
Oh, you mean like yeah?
It's better than the
Bobby Cousins is on. Hey, buddy.
Wow, he made it.
Yeah.
Where has he been? I don't even have him on the list for the last couple of weeks. He's been like AWOL.
Well, like I said, I don't see him, but he actually, I guess, put a emoji on our thing saying "wow." So chime in there, Bob. I saw your new arrow dispenser. Very cool.
Arrow dispenser?
Yeah, he bought this. It's I guess it's like an arrow gun, but it's not like it looks like a rifle, but it's got arrows in it.
No.
So it's not, it's not like crossbow. It's obviously gas powered or something. It's air something. I don't know. Tell us what you got, Bobby. But yeah, he's out, target practicing in his yard. He's got I guess a pretty big spot.
Yeah.
And I think he was out there target practicing with his daughter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Target practice.
Kathy's signing off.
Good night.
Thanks, Kathy. Glad you
night.
could join us.
Right.
Yep.
Come
yeah.
back and see us next week.
We'll be here.
The price is right.
So have you we haven't done like Ringo's rant in a long time. You
No.
got something to go off about there, Mr. Ringo?
We were
No,
thinking
it's
about
on these days. I think I've done my share of going off lately.
Have you?
Well, I don't. Talk about, but yeah. I just, they all just kind of tie into the idiot, the COVID issue.
Yeah. Everything kind of goes back that way, doesn't it?
it. Does.
Oh,
Well, that's all we've talked
So
about.
we don't want to talk about that.
no.
So what's Richard saying? Rant about no golf. I didn't know you were a golfer, Richard. Like, you're always complaining about your back. That's got to be tough to. Cause I used to golf quite a lot. I was a 7 handicap, and then I got a rotator cuff problem, and then stopped golfing. Now I just shoot people. So love that.
So tell me what you think about that, because if Richard is a golfer, I'm not a golfer, but when I heard no more golfing, I thought, are you fucking kidding me? If two guys show up in the same car, they get in a golf cart together, and they're out there whacking balls around all bloody day long, and they don't see anybody else. Like, how and why is that not allowed?
Okay,
Tell me.
so I understand that. I wasn't opposed to seeing that happen, because I live amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 golf courses, right?
Okay, yeah, they're all around.
Literally,
yeah.
I can grab one of my golf carts and go to one of the courses, either north of me or south of me. They're just here. So when I go by the courses, I notice that in the parking lots, it's a free for all. So I don't care what golf course it is. Like, they're not spacing cars, so the cars are all right next to it. It looks like a busy mall.
Right.
So then you get, if you could prove that your foursome, is a like you're all in the same bubble somehow, some twisted way, then I guess I could buy that. But that's not the case. A lot of times,
or even two people that live in the same house, husband and wife, want to go golfing together.
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with that?
Well, I don't think it always goes down that way. Like, I literally, I won't say what course it is, but I literally drive through a fairway. They've got a road going through it's the reason we can't have nice things, because there are idiots out there who just don't believe it's happening. So I don't want to go down that rant, but it's it F's it up for everybody else. It ducks it up for everybody else. And so then when I'm watching these golfers, right, even when they come up onto the green, they're not really respecting, because, where you got to, coin mark your ball, and there's a lot of close contact. Nobody's wearing a mask. And I think, with this latest lockdown, they've come down hard and they've stretched that out, because it's like, okay, we're paying for all of the idiots who just have balked at it and don't believe it's real, whatever, right?
Well, okay, I haven't been on a golf course, but if that's what's happening out there, if they're all just chatting and no mask, no distancing, they're all on the green, just blah blah blah. Okay, I can see their point, right?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Then I would blame it all strictly right back on the golfers and say, you shouldn't be complaining. You guys should have followed the rules when the golf courses were open. Right?
Yeah, but it's not just that, right? It's everything around, not targeted to golf, but golf is definitely, you're going to get, there's a gathering there, because in the parking lot alone, there's, I've, in a positive note, I've seen golfers that are standing around, let's say, a vehicle, and they're all, they're all 6 feet apart. They're respecting it. Just like if you go to, like, say, a coffee shop parking lot,
right?
Like Timmy's, you'll see cars out in the parking lot. So everybody goes to the drive-through, gets their coffee, and they'll stand around the vehicle, but they'll distance, or sometimes they'll bring lawn chairs and they'll stay distanced. So I mean, that's cool. People are trying,
Mhm.
but they're also and they're respecting the rules, right? It's the ones who just don't care. They don't wear a mask. They're out there, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Like I know everybody's off on Ford and you woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like if my uncle didn't
Yeah,
have bone,
whatever.
man, it's like, yeah, it's
I,
ridiculous
I
because
might not agree with everything he says or does, but you know
yeah,
what? The
guys
man is
trying.
trying to run a city,
Yep.
and people are not respecting the rules that are being put down, and they're saying, screw you. And he even said, I saw him live on the news, and he's saying he's going to areas and there's lots of people around
Yep.
in tight quarters outside, not wearing masks, not social distancing, and it right now is law,
Yep.
right?
It is a law. Yeah.
And he's fighting back and he's pushing. He's saying, look, if you guys can't do something that bloody simple, then we got to make rules,
Yep.
right?
And right when it went into lockdown, there were people really like not even phased by it. You know, it's like,
I know.
so you want to come across the city, just because, and
Hmm.
it's very clear unless you have those specific needs, you're to be at home. And then you've
Yep.
got people that are, we'll call them the beta people, but like people who are alone, right? So
Yeah.
just for mental health reasons, all of that, you're allowed to have someone visit or be part of a bubble, and
Yep.
that's fair.
Hmm.
Because being alone for extended periods of time, unless that's something you enjoy, it can
Yep.
get very mentally disturbing. So, but
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
equally disturbing is the fact that there are people there that will just totally blow off the rules for idiotic reasons, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
those people are everywhere. We have them
yeah.
no matter what we do.
Unfortunately, the businesses are the ones who, they're suffering because they're we go in red. You're allowed certain limits of people, and then all of a sudden we shut down. We're back to the food lineups. And but I know with lounges, bars that rely on liquor sales
Hmm.
largely, and they have small kitchens, can't afford to keep it open at all, right? So there's a
Yeah,
lot of
No.
business
that's the
going
problem.
under.
Well, even
Yep.
I was in one of the supermarkets locally here last Wednesday, something like that. Got talking to the lady at the cash, and she said, like, I don't know, we got onto it, and she said, we had a woman in here today who refused to wear a mask, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought, really? After all this time, she said, yeah, so how did you handle that? She said, well, we said, we're not checking you out. You have
Yep.
to go to the self-checkout.
Yep.
And I thought, so those people are out there. I thought,
Well,
Yes,
just
they
go on
how
are.
YouTube and look.
stupid can it be after a year of
Yeah.
this? So,
Yeah.
and put these poor people on the cash have to deal with these idiots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people, I was in a lineup a long time ago at a Walmart, and there was somebody just getting irate,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy was just there to get his munchies. Looked like a bit of um, a bit trashy anyway. So, but I almost stepped in. He was just swearing
Yeah.
at the girl behind the counter, and it was pretty bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, they don't respect it. And I think he was drunk or high or a little bit of both,
Hmm.
and just mouthing off, right? But
Wow.
what do? You get involved with something like that, an altercation, and
Mm-hmm.
but hey, I don't,
Well,
I don't
funny
mind
enough you
because
say that, because I do that a lot.
yeah,
Like if there's somebody mouthing off to some young girl, I've even seen young ladies, they're just learning how to use the cash register. They
yep,
don't know how to put the paper in. Something's not right, and
Mm-hmm.
people start
yep.
flipping out and yelling at them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I'm
sometimes
sorry. I step in.
Yeah.
you got
I, I
integrity,
I
and
do.
people.
I step in. What the fuck's your problem?
Well, it
Mm-hmm.
really doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to relate to COVID, but sometimes when shit's got to be said, you got to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's not easy to take and it's not easy to
Yeah.
hear, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to tell it like it is, and for a good reason, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to talk sense into some people, but sometimes they just won't listen, refuse to listen, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
in this world we're in now, it's irritating, and people can go off. There's a lot of road rage out there. I find most people are very polite. They go out of their way sometimes, but then you get the a-holes that mess it up for everybody. And I'll tell you, like, even the nicest people are on very short fuses, right? So,
right now, a lot of people are, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I totally get it. I'm there. Like, I mean, that guy in line, and I see it's, well, I was in a big drug pharmacy chain about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was in there. So a friend of mine called, and I said, yeah, hang on, I just got to go do this. And so you know how they have the arrows on the floor, right? And they're trying to control flow of traffic. Well, there's two guys wearing a suit, two young guys, right? Kind of out of place, because who wears a suit these days, honestly? So they must have been selling insurance or something. I don't know what the hell they were doing. But, so they're deliberately, and they've got their masks but below their nose, right? And they're deliberately walking towards, and I'm following the arrows, right? So they're in my pathway now. And so I just happened to be on the phone. I said, hang on a second. I'm standing in front of two absolute idiots who think they're cool in their pinstripe suits, walking the wrong direction. And then they're looking like at me, but it's like, is he talking about us? I said, you're ducking right. I'm talking about you, bro. So I said, step aside. I'm coming through. So that was it. I was just not in the mood to deal with that crap. And you know what? Had I done that, wound up in jail, you got to look at the positive. 3 meals a day, right? You can work out 3 meals a day. You got your own bed. You can relax.
Laundry's done for you. Everything.
Yeah, you get all the sex you want or don't want, right? You do. I mean, soap and a rope is not going to help you at all. But
not there.
I mean, it all depends on what you look like too, right? I mean, a handsome guy like
I just
yourself.
said the same shit happened at Crappy Tire just a little while back, and the guy was yelling at the cashier too, and I was just down the line, and I said, "Excuse me," to a lady. I went around her and went up to him, and I said, "Is this really necessary?"
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I'm in a freaking hurry, and she's taking too long, and he's going on and on. And I said, well, maybe next time get your ass at a bed a half an hour early so you don't have to hurry, because it's not her fault. It's yours. So shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And sometimes people aren't ready for that. And it goes from them being loud and yelling down to nothing, like instantly.
Yeah.
Boom, it's over.
www.zipit.com.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, actually, you just reminded me there. Nothing to do with COVID. This is way before COVID. Like, this was the 70s. And my brother-in-law. Oh, hang on. We could do that.
I need help. Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Maybe what we should do next time.
I'm almost out.
Next time is we should all get like shots and try and get through the. So I got a 60-pounder Jaeger back there that.
Oh, I can't do shots.
Love that stuff.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Maybe how far did you say your cottage is away from your place? Like.
It's 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Well, yeah, we can when COVID lifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably knock off that bottle.
Okay. You hang on to that puppy.
I will. It's capped.
Yeah, I'm getting the boat serviced, and once that's good to go.
Actually, that bottle. Now that I think about it, the code got me that bottle when he, used to like me. But I haven't even opened it. It was like a couple of years. But I always have lots of Jaeger anyway. But it's a massive.
Do you drink Jaeger at all?
Who, me?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you drink it, right?
Yeah. What
Yeah,
am
it's
I
good
supposed
shit.
to do?
I like it.
Can't smoke it. In my opinion.
Wow.
No, I love it. I love like Jaeger bombs. Oh
Yeah.
man, that I'd never turn down a Jaeger bomb party. Or we'd go to this place out in the market in Toronto, and it
Yeah.
was, I forget what the bar was called. It was in a deep dark, like a, I don't know, all kinds of different groups would go there, like goth or whatever. But they had this karaoke thing, and
Okay.
Jaeger bombs were a hit there. So
So how
yeah,
do
we
you do Jaeger bombs?
uh
I've heard
well
different ways.
well different ways. So I'll drink it straight up. But I usually like to be drinking like beer or something with it, um, or other things. But then I like
So why do they call it a Jaeger bomb? There's got to be a certain way of doing it.
with okay. So what you do is you take a glass, and
Yeah.
then you have you put like a Red Bull in it, some kind of energy drink, usually Red
Yeah.
Bull,
Yeah.
and then you put a shot glass in the center of it, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So the glass is like almost like a rye glass or Scotch glass. Okay, a
Okay. Yeah.
little taller than a Scotch glass, and then you take a smaller um,
Shot glass.
shot glass. You have it filled with Jaeger. You hold
Yeah.
it at the top of the glass, and you drop it in like a bomb.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it
That's
it
just
just
like the old days we did the Boilermakers.
right.
Whiskey and beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Oof.
Same
Yeah.
same deal. And then you
Yeah.
heave it back. Try not
Yep.
to swallow the shot glass.
Well, you
Crack-
always have to make sure your top lip is over your teeth
Yeah,
because
so you
that
don't
shot
crack your
glass
teeth.
comes sliding down and whacks you and chip a tooth.
Well, yeah, I got one of my front teeth. Fun fact for the Ringo files. I've
Oh.
got a chipped front tooth, and it's been capped or whatever they do, filled or
Right.
something. But I got that when I was in my crazy teens, and we were out at a shack out in the bush. We had a wood
Yep.
stove going,
Yep.
and
Good
so we
old-
all went
yep.
up on our snow machines, and like 6 feet of snow because it was up in northern Ontario. But I don't know, there were probably about 10 of us out there,
Mhm.
and so a buddy of mine, I won't say who, but
Okay.
he another one of my buddies, and decided he would rough him up a bit because the guy was this tiny guy and just a bit of a smart ass, and he was really drunk. So they were just horsing around, I guess.
Yep.
But so he hauls off, and he goes to punch the little guy, and he
Yeah.
was standing in front of me when he did it, and I was taking a drink of my beer bottle,
Yeah.
and his elbow came back, it hit the bottle, and it chipped my teeth.
Ouch.
Oh, shit.
So he was wearing a skidoo suit, right, which
Yeah.
is basically like ski pants and a. So I picked him up, and he
Yeah.
probably weighed about 180 at the time, but
Uh-huh.
he was a big boy. So we had a potbelly stove, and it was red hot, red hot. I picked him up and I sat him on top of that wood stove, and immediately, like, snowsuits are just made out of kind of a very flat.
all that shit melted right to his ass, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So he was screaming, and I held him there. Right, I held him there. I was branding his ass, but I figured it was payback for the tooth. So then I let him go, and he ran out and he jumped in the snowbank on his ass. But he was, he was pretty hammered.
Wow,
And,
you're so mean to your friends.
well, like it was one of those things that was probably well deserved, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
if I'd had him there for maybe 30 seconds longer, he'd be on fire. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well-
So it was kind of comical because I remember running out of the shack and then landing on his ass and all the steam coming up. Right. So
That's,
Yeah.
that sounds like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say, just like the cartoon.
But my buddy Darwin, I should get him on the call some night. We got a lot of funny stories like that. So the stove got so hot, like we left and left on our snow machines, and then a couple of the younger brothers, I guess, were hanging around, and They were so loaded. They left the thing, and this is like one of those hunting shacks that the M&R usually burns down anyway. So they just kept stoking the fire, and then they decided to leave, and I guess burnt down the shack. So
Oh shit!
lost their little party shack.
Nice.
Built another one, but yeah, all good. But that was a lot of fun, and every time I think of my chipped tooth, I'll always remember that. So
Yep, that's how good stories were made, right there.
oh, it definitely was, and nobody was really hurt. I mean, he was scarred a bit for sure. But yeah, young Ringo was a little bit of a. I mean, up north, you had to be a bit of a shit kicker. We called them shit kickers, but like my buddies would wear. We go to bars, we'd wear cowboy boots for a reason, capped, because some of the like bar fights that would happen. You think Roadhouse was bad. Oh my! I remember we got in a fight outside the Colson Hotel, which is a Sudbury favorite, and then we went. There was a sub shop right across the corner. So one of the guys we hung out with here and there. There was a group of us, probably 6 or 7 of us. We're out in the street. Well, first, what started it was we were inside the bar, and this bar here has bands on one side, the coolest bands ever play there, and on the other side, it was a strip club. So we're on the bar side just before the band started. We're watching the Mike Tyson fight on the screen, and of course that didn't last 15 minutes, and it was a TKO. So, but everybody's got to be a tough guy at that point. So this guy comes in, and he's pretty built. He's wearing a white tank top, right? And like gym shorts and running shoes. So but he was definitely high or hammered or whatever, and thought he was gonna take out the biggest guy in the bar. Well, it turned out to be one of my best friends, Lenny Layback, we called him, because he was definitely, you put a black jacket on him, put him in the woods, you got a good picture of Bigfoot right there. Like that guy's massive, right? So, like 7 inches, and just built like a stocky, right?
Yep.
So immediately, this guy grabs Len's throat, and then he grabs his throat. So they got each other in a throat lock, but they're both smiling, right? So I'm thinking, hey, this is, they must know each other, because all we hang out all the time.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah, it was weird, but they're by right next to this pool table, and I'm thinking, okay, because I would have been on him like a fly on shit if I would have realized he was choking him for real.
Yeah, but anyway, if there weren't any smiles happening, if it was like angry faces, that'd be different.
So there's crowds of people around. So he takes him and he shoves him under the pool table. Like my friend shoves this guy rando under the pool table and put the boots to him, so to speak. So so then this guy goes up and gets a bunch of his gym rat buddies to come back. So now it's I don't know. We went out in the street to because it's getting closer to closing time, right? So we go smoke or whatever. So we're standing between the sub shop and the hotel, and of course the strippers are out there, and so everybody, because there was a guy that had one of those little popcorn machines, but he'd sell like roasted walnuts, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's like a street party, put it that way. So we're there, okay, and we're just doing like no bothering anybody. And so then Buddy, now like his tank top is all full of blood, of course, right? And his lips all over the place. And anyway, so he comes back with his gym rat buddies, and they want to start a street brawl. So we're like, all right, bring it. So
okay, let's go.
Yeah. So we're in this big fight, and then one of the guys that we used to hang around with once in a while, he's just this like very average build, kind of short guy, very quiet, really super, super nice guy. Well, he's a martial arts 3rd degree, right?
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, so this guy comes at him, and all he does is he moves aside. The guy was drunk, and he roundhouse kicks him. All right, hits the guy between the shoulders. The guy goes head first right through the subway's window, and
Oh,
it shattered everywhere. And so then, he's done. So security's out there. The cops are out there, and they're like, "What happened?" It happened so quickly. We were the only ones who saw it. So we're like, "I don't know."
really?
Through the window. So the police are there and they're questioning people and all of that. It was lights out on the gym rats. So, but we're trying to cover up, right? So we walk into Subway. There's glass everywhere. And we're like, we get a sub.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure. Well, so we had our subs and it was all good. But
Oh, good.
yeah. So that's kind of the story.
That's funny.
Better than a rant. Oh yeah, I got a ton of them. But some other day. I don't want to, sound like a badass, but yeah, you just up north, like I don't get this snowflake bullshit. These days, it's just
Oh,
and it starts at such a young age, right? And now it's snowflake.
yeah.
If you're listening, don't listen. Just go.
No,
flake
you
off.
just got. You know what? Just turn around and walk away.
Yeah, just walk away. It's not even like this whole thing about
Because the snowflakes don't even get it.
no,
And
no.
even if you talk to them, they still don't get it. Like there's nothing there.
Well, you know what? Maybe for shits and giggles next time, I will do a rant on snowflakeism.
You should do that.
The
Yeah.
whole thing on
Yep.
Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. Just add to the Potato Head family, and then you solve it, and everybody's happy.
Solve the problem.
Yeah, I mean it's all just kind of
Well,
silly.
I
Right?
got a little bit of a rant, but I can't do Ringo's rant because what are we gonna call my shit?
We're still working on that, Heiko. It's
We're still working on that. Heiko's
highlights of headlines. I'm not sure yet. We're trying
I like that. That's good. Highlights and headlines.
or headlines, so it can be either something good or something bad.
So
Like, it's either Ringo's rant or rave. So it could be something you rave about. It's good or rant that you don't like. So
yeah.
Well, I got a headline for you. When I heard this, I heard it on BBC News. I was freaking stunned at first, and then I just got so mad because it's all this snowflake shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's another word now, a new word that we're not allowed to use anymore, and the real estate board is trying to fix the problem. This word has been around for over 100 years.
Okay, but
now this word instills racism and slavery.
Really?
You can't use this word anymore. You have any idea what the word is?
no, and the word is
The word is master bedroom.
oh dear.
Oh.
Dear.
Some fucking snowflakes out there are offended by the word master bedroom.
Wow.
Now, when I go look at a house and they say, the real estate agent says to me, let's go look at the master bedroom, instantly my brain goes to slavery and racism.
Absolutely. First thing I think
it's
of.
just like, oh, I can't buy the house now. It has a master bedroom.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
right?
I tell you, and now they're trying to do something about it because people are upset about it.
It's horrible. Like, go find a.
It's like, what the fuck is going on out there?
Yeah. But
Ringo, can you put me in the green room? I have to recharge my glass.
See, you should be prepared. You have to have a whole bunch of soldiers right here beside you.
I should, but you know.
Nicely done. Don't choke on your drink there, buddy.
Oh man, I was laughing and swallowing.
Hi, Phil. Nice to see you.
He's stuck at a border. I hope you're not.
What kind of border?
Yeah, tell us. But like on the topic of snowflakes, it just absolutely is irritating, right? Like,
well, it's like they're just looking for shit, right? Which makes no sense. But my problem is, as soon as the snowflakes open their mouth, people try to fix the problem. There is no problem. We have a stupid person here that's offended by something that's completely irrelevant to mankind.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to make it all better. Fuck
Right.
them. Sorry,
Well-
I'm swearing, but Jesus,
Well, you have to say duck.
I just can't take it.
Phil's on. He's taking score. We just have to say duck. That's our new. But you know what? Like I totally get that, because like this thing with Potato Head, I get like, oh well, because we keep adding to genders, and I'm not being a smartass. I have a lot of people who identify with a lot of those. So and it's just now, it's expanding. If I got that right, if I got it wrong, I apologize.
Yeah,
you
but see, it's got nothing to do with the actual toy.
no,
It's got to do with the name of the toy. It's a Mister
Mister. It's just like the
or
master.
a Mrs. So
Okay,
yeah, they
but
again.
there's nothing.
Ah,
Okay, but okay. So master bedroom, and
Yeah.
maybe I need to research this, but
Mm-hmm.
that's Old English, right? Like that's England. That's
yes.
in my understanding. It's like when they gave people surnames, like a kid who is of coming of age or whatever would be. Well, hang on a second though.
No,
Um,
what it comes
They
from?
would have servants in the house
Yes.
that would refer
Yes.
to them as master, like as say a young boy or whatever. But
Yeah, whatever. But what you had is you had the master of the home, which is normally
yeah,
back in the day when there was a one income family. You had the man was out working,
Yep.
and the master bedroom was the
Yeah,
bedroom that the
reserved
master
for
of the home slept in. It was the big
right,
bedroom, the luxurious bedroom, not a guest bedroom or a child's
right,
bedroom. It was the master bedroom,
right.
and that's all it means. It's the big bedroom, right?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
the biggest one.
my bedroom is the master bait bedroom, so they're not changing that name on me. So you can do anything, but you're not taking
Oh,
my bedroom. But you know what though,
it's
Hike?
funny.
You have
Tell us what you think, folks. I haven't seen any messages about the master
yeah,
bedroom comment, but
yeah.
it's just mind-boggling how stupid all this stuff is
Well,
going to go.
so yeah, so I can go on to whatever the games are that kids are playing, which are everything from kind of a sci-fi thing to first-person shooter to a mix of
Yep.
gangs and guns and all of that,
Yep.
right? So,
hmm
hey, Steph just popped in. Good to
Oh
see
my
you.
God, she showed up.
We're gonna stay on a little bit more for Steph, if that's good.
Okay.
But so I can go and um, shoot on like in these video games, shoot a hooker in the face just so you don't have to pay them. I mean,
Have
those are
you
part
ever
of the
seen
game. I
the
mean, that
game called Kingpin? You
I
ever
have
heard of
not.
that game?
No, I have not.
Well, you start out with nothing, and you're just like in the shitty part of a city, and you have your hookers, you got your drug addicts, you got people
Yep.
stealing stuff, blah blah blah, and you got to make it. And the first thing that you actually find is a pipe, a little short piece of pipe.
Yeah.
So, and now you use that pipe to
Beat up
beat people
Yeah.
to get stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you progress through this game. And then you take a guy out with your pipe and you get his knife and then you get
Yeah.
and so on and so on. So they're saying these
Oh,
games are okay. And the
that's
first person shooter army games you're talking about are so realistic now, right?
yeah.
And that's okay for our kids to use, but we can't have a word like master bedroom.
Yeah.
Like
So
like
okay. So Stephanie's saying, well, first of all, before we go to this point, um, I think the game. Are you talking about Fallout? Because
no,
Fallout.
it's actually called Kingpin.
Oh,
If
Kingpin.
you
Sorry. Okay. Because
Yeah,
Fallout, you kind of do the same. You got to collect stuff.
Fallout is the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So Stephanie
yeah.
is saying the term master bedroom was first used to describe the largest bedroom with attached bathroom of an extensive home in the 1926 Sears catalog. Huh.
Yep. Wow. Thank you,
I
Stephanie.
wonder.
That's pretty
Yeah.
informative there.
Yeah. Very informative. You need to, we need to get you on the show. But
So now, Stephanie, now tell me what you think of this bad word.
yeah, master.
Oh my God. I think people that hear the word master bedroom and they go to racism, slavery, that's where their head goes. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with those people
Well,
in the first place. So we shouldn't even listen to them because there's something wrong upstairs.
No, and it's not like we're
Come
trying
on.
we're trying to conform to some kind of a perfection, right? And it's
not. There is no perfection at all here.
there isn't.
No.
I agree. But
what it is people don't like things. People have opinions, and that was always our freedom, is to have an opinion. But now, snowflakes, their opinions mean something, and people have to change to suit their opinions.
Yeah,
it's very, very sad. Very sad.
It is.
Oh, what next? Masturbate. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
Well, if Phil's on board with it, we can just run. But I think no, it's a great point. Like, actually, I don't. I you know, I've been really obsessed with, in a good way, with. I think I want to have his children. Actually, is Elon Musk, right? I mean, he's just so amazing. Like, I'm immune to Rogers and Bell now, and they can suck it. But you know,
absolutely.
Oh yeah, suck it 100 times, 1,000 times. But anyway, they're going to destroy that. But the other thing is the fascination about going to Mars. Like, he posted something. I'm on his personal page, but it's managed. But he's come out with 1 billion cool ideas and questions lately. But one is about, hey, would you come out, or would you get a one-way ticket to Mars, right? I would do that in a heartbeat. I'd be all about it. Like, I'm at the point in my life where it's like, yep, you know, things are now.
Yeah, because Mars is very cool.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Once you get to Mars, holy shit! Like, you seen that show with Arnold Schwarzenegger all about Mars, right? All the stuff that's going on out there. Total Recall. Holy crap! They got casinos. They got crazy. Mars is the place to be.
It could be, but I want to show you something. Hold that thought about Mars. Keep talking about Mars. I got to grab something. I got to show you.
Oh, okay. You go get it. You go get it. So, are you all juiced up now, George?
Pardon?
Are you all juiced up now? You got another drink?
I've got one. Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah, I can carry on. Yeah. I'm okay. My throat will continue working. Actually, there's a remake of Total Recall about 5 or 6 years ago. Did you ever see that one? It was. What's the Irish?
I think so. Different actor, right?
Yeah, the Irish guy. I can see him, but I can't think of his name.
Okay, so
Irish.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, back to the story.
Okay.
So I was going through, like, I was being a bit of a pack rat, so I'm trying to purge, but I'm so every YouTube bit of that Elon's talking, speaking engagement or whatever, I've been through all of it, right? The guy is just beyond brilliant. He made a comment recently about aren't we all cyborgs or something like that? And he's got a great point, because we have cell phones that are, one step away from implants. So but here's the funny thing. I dug this up, and what it is, I bought this years ago for my dad, actually, who passed away, and maybe he's there, but it's actually a deed for 1 acre. Okay, on a 1 acre deeded property for Mars.
Wow.
So it's really interesting, because
acre's pretty good. Because I remember they were selling off an island, and you could buy a square foot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So there it is, Celestial Real Estate. So I own and this is it here. It's the Martian Constitution Bill of Rights.
Wow.
And I actually have all of the articles and the Declaration of Ownership
Uh-huh.
and I'll show you. Where is it now?
So when are we going to start building a place up there
So
on your property?
I own lot 78936 quotient 10.
Wow. So they sold
Area,
a lot of these.
area B21 on Mars.
Nice.
So, and then I also have I have the grid map somewhere. Here it is. Here. I think this is so awesome. So this is a copy of the actual Martian map, right?
Okay.
Right.
And it's got my property marked on there. Yeah, so you can look at the grid and find exactly. So I was thinking is, taking some pictures of this, sending it to Elon and saying, hey, I want to get on, the peopled mission. And
I want to go up to my property and cut the grass because no one's done it for a long time.
You guys can all stay at my property, right?
Yeah.
And we can hang out there because I officially own it. So,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think it.
I'll bring the beer.
Like this is a proper declaration. Yeah. So I've got all the paperwork, and I want to go there someday because, I own it. You can.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
And I think the fee to go there is going to be like if you're doing the. I want to become part of the build or whatever, or the colony, right? I mean, that would
So
be
George, in 100 years from now, someone else is going to go up there to go visit Ringo, and they're going to find a folded out lawn chair with a skeleton in it, sitting with a beer in his hand.
Yeah,
with a Kenny. Yeah, that'll be Ringo.
Oh my God! We found the voice of an angel.
Jeez,
we have officially found the voice of an angel. Angel.
Almost 2 hours we managed, but he got it in. But anyway, enough of this frivolity, boys. We've got to get down to some serious business.
Oh, we do?
Hang on a minute. Before we do that,
okay.
Chiming in here. Okay, so she says, I don't think there is something wrong. I think there's much of our history that has been reflected in race issues and the history of slavery that many would make that assumption. I think that. Okay, so she's got some other things to say, so I'll get through those. I'll keep my feet firmly planted on terra firma. Okay. And, okay. So the rest. So to
Me
sort
too,
of,
Steph.
I don't like. I think I think that it's more about you're right, Stephanie. Everybody has an opinion, and it's kind of interesting to make like the correct assumption, whatever that may be, because we don't even know the drivers behind some of this stuff, right? Like when you
it's
claim
called mental illness.
Well, when the problem with it is, let's say the word, master. Well, okay, did that, Stephanie said it could have been invented by the Sears company, but from my recollection, it does come way back, and it's an English, European term. Did it?
Yeah, because when I was growing up, and I was writing into different places and sending off for things, they wouldn't. But you would actually be called Master George. You weren't Mister because you were too young. You were Master George, whatever. And at a certain age, you become a Mister. So it's been around for that forever.
Right. So you know what? Probably
Just
more.
My second name wasn't Bates.
Stephanie, come on.
Probably more to come on that, but
read what you wrote.
I bought Uranus, but it was just a muddy hole. Laugh out loud. And
Funny
she's so
girl.
loyal.
We got to have you on the show one day, girl. You were supposed
Yeah.
to be on with Keisha, but you never made it. You got
We'll have
sick.
to get,
Well, we hope you're feeling better because she's been.
if you're
under
feeling
fire
better
for a
next
while.
week, we'll get you on for sure.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, absolutely.
long
Yeah.
overdue.
See, the thing is, and again, this is my opinion. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. But things have happened throughout history to
Mhm.
get us to where we are today. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So stop looking back at history and getting hurt and upset by things that were normal at the time.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep.
Start looking into the future.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can learn from history is not to make the same mistakes.
Right.
Everybody should learn from history. Stop trying to erase
Right.
it or change it.
Well, that's exactly
You're just so wrong.
right. Our snowflake generation is going to erase it. Then their kids are never going to know about it, and history will repeat itself.
Yes, and there will be nothing to learn from, and it's going to happen all over again.
And
Like, let history be where it is. It's a learning point. We had many wars. Things were not good for people. We had slavery. We had all this stuff. So if we keep that history with us and say, look at what happened, look where we are today, we're a much better people, and we've learned from our mistakes, and we're going to have a better future. That's how it should go, not like this. Fucking snowflake heaven. It's just.
I'm just thinking
wrong.
on a slightly like, you know, the movie Psycho.
Yes.
Yeah.
Psycho. Anthony, I can't remember what his name was in the movie, but Anthony Perkins was the actor. But anyway, I was thinking maybe his problem started because, you know, there was like his mother was obviously Mrs. Bates that owned the
And he was
and her son he masturbates.
Yes.
So maybe when he was a young lad, maybe that's when the problem started.
Maybe.
Oh my God! Did I
Don't
just
know
hear
that
that,
before,
George? Oh, good job, George. Keep that going. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
George loosening up.
there you go. Now I understand the movie even more. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of movies, it's. I'm not going to say it's right, but there's a movie that goes way back, and at the time when the movie was in theaters and running, it was a classic, and it's been a classic movie for many, many, many years.
Yep.
But now, today, it's a terrible movie, and they don't show it anywhere. They don't have it on a lot of the channel services that have older movies.
Yeah.
And it's just because things were acceptable back then, and today they're not. But that's fine. Again, it's fine to be not acceptable today. Let's not repeat the mistakes or repeat what happened.
So Stephanie's saying it's not about erasing it; it's about acknowledging it and correcting what we can presently, which is fine. But it's fine. But it's no real. But if
something a classic like Gone with the Wind, like that old movie from whenever, that get dropped for some reason or other.
Same thing.
That had to do with more of a chauvinistic kind of, I don't know. But yeah, it's got better things to worry about. But
so are we going to get to the point where we're, you know, World War II, whatever? We didn't like Hitler, so we're going to erase him, so it never happened. You know what I mean?
So we're going to take him out of history. He'll be gone. He will not have existed.
Yeah,
and
it's bad. You can't have it. Yeah.
Next time some guy goes like that and starts doing that, we're not going to learn from our mistakes. We're just going to let it happen again.
Yeah, because it didn't happen before, right?
He's saying you're speaking from the highest level of privilege as a white male. She's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong. I mean, the only one who looks a little tanned is George because of his lighting, but you know, and that's a good point. It's you know, but here's the thing, right? Not to go off too much on that because we'd be crossing the reserve pretty quick. Oh, geez, I say reserve, but the problem is that I don't know about the privilege part, but as a white male, I don't have any opinion, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
if I voice my opinion and what I really think about some of this stuff that's just leading into violence and all kinds of craziness, you know. So I just, I say nothing about it. I'm not anti anything. It's
No,
you know,
and you know what? It's just I find that certain people that have had things like this happen in not even their past or their parents' past, but the grandparents' past.
Mhm.
Somehow it's still sticking with them. It has nothing to do with today's people. It's something from way back when.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they're so bent and focused on it.
well, here's
And,
a
and,
fun,
and they keep talking about they use the racism word. They use all these words.
see that,
But
and that's I think
I
that's
know, and
wrong.
I don't like it
Yeah.
because there are people out there that were treated much
Yeah.
worse
Yeah.
than these people ever were.
I
And
think
the one is, believe it or not, the Irish. If you don't believe me, go back in history, do your own research on this,
yeah.
and see how brutally awful the Irish were treated when they came to North America. They were
Absolutely.
treated worse
I
than the
am
blacks,
Irish.
the
I mean,
Indians. Do you hear
Yeah.
them complain?
Yeah.
Do you
No.
ever hear them complain?
No.
No, because
We
it's
don't
back
complain,
in
but we kick
history.
your ass, right? Like,
Their
I mean,
great grandparents went through shitty times, but now they have a good life and they're making the best of it.
yeah, for sure.
Thank
Like
you,
we're all
Irish people.
immigrants here in Canada anyway.
We
right?
are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a
I'm an immigrant.
yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
But I
I
think
was saying that to a friend of mine. He goes, "No,
I-
you're not. No, you're not."
I
And
think
he's very much a royalist. You know, he loves the Queen and all that. And
there you
he
go.
goes, "Yeah, but I am.
And you know what, the Queen,
And he said, "No, but you were part of the Commonwealth." So
but there's a
not-
conspiracy
so he
that
like,
says the Queen and all of the family, royal family, are what are they not lizard people or something or
well, they're
Oh
actually
yeah,
German anyway.
yeah.
They're immigrants too because they're German.
Yeah.
but
In England. So
Isn't that funny?
yes,
get over it.
And see, I don't understand the brutal crap that goes on. Like, I don't know if James is listening, but Keisha probably is. James is from England.
Mhm.
We celebrated his birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And
I played happy birthday last week for him.
Yes, he is a skilled tradesman who's trying to immigrate to Canada.
Yep.
Okay, and you think somebody coming from England speaks the same language, same kind of hierarchy, blah blah, all that crap nonsense. The only difference between the English people and us is we speak slightly different, like our accent's different, and well, they drive on the wrong side of the road. But
absolutely,
that's it. But the hurdles and bullshit he's got to go through.
Yeah, it's stupid
to get into this country.
Aren't we under
absolutely insane?
Did
aren't
it 30 odd years ago? Yeah.
Like, I think it should be easy.
It's so messed up.
Yes, I know.
But
I was that guy. I was James 34 years ago.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think he's been at it for a couple of years now, and he's had to extend this, extend that, pay for this, pay for that. Mm-hmm. It is obscene, and the English test he has to do. Christ, 95% of Canadians probably couldn't pass the damn test.
Mm-hmm. It's probably a lot worse now than for me, but I was at ridiculous. The point. I got to the point where it became principle. It's like, why cannot I do this? Right, and I could go on. I'd be here all night with what we did, and but it's like, it's like. So in the end, it was like it became. I'm not going to be, I even thought when I got the go ahead, before I got the go ahead, I just want to get the go ahead and go. Thank you very much, but I'm not going. You know what I mean? It's got to that point. It's crazy. So that's a story for another day.
And we need skilled tradespeople in this country.
Well, the problem was, I thought that. They probably thought we have enough DJs already over here. We don't need another one from England. I think that was part of the problem.
I don't know.
But it was the thing that got me in it actually. That was the tipping spot.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, boys, it's getting
Boys.
late.
Yeah.
Oh, the challenge. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, Ringo, you up for that or what?
Well, one second though. I want to say about the snowflakes. What they should really be focused on, kind of like Stephanie's point about, look, let's focus on the now or what's current, and learn from the past. But there's a lot of, speaking of slavery, there's a lot of obviously prostitution rings, a lot of slavery today.
Yes.
Children, and it doesn't even have to be kids, right? I mean, they get them into
But
drugs.
that doesn't make the news, though, does it?
It doesn't, but it's
so sad.
Huge problem, right?
Oh yeah.
And pornography, like child pornography.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying porn's a problem, but like kid porn and stuff like that. I mean, that's disgusting, and those all of this stuff has to be, let's focus on that and slavery and the now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on what's relevant today.
Yeah.
Right? The past is the past. We can't change the past.
No.
Yes, it might not have been right or wrong or whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's history.
Absolutely. We learn from our mistakes.
But no matter how much you try and tell this to the snowflake doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Phil's saying, why are we looking back and not going that way? And that's a good thing. Like we need to drive ahead, right? Okay, so
Thank you, Phil. You're right.
What do you got first, Georgie?
Well, it's the more or less. It's the more or less. More or less.
Wow.
We've got another couple of weeks of this, and then it's going to change. You're going to either rock with it or roll with it. So that's what we're going to do. Because this is week 18, right? This is week 18.
Holy shit! Really?
That was
well, it should be week 19 or even 20 because we missed a couple down the line. But it stands at Ringo 10, Heiko 11.
Wow.
That's pretty tight.
It's a tight race, buddy.
Tiger.
We're going to do it till 20, and then that will be the first leg, and then we'll switch it from more or less to rock with it or roll with it.
Wow.
Okay, so that's what we've got the staff.
Well,
I've got the staff
by the speed we're going, I don't think you should go all the way to 20. You should maybe go to 12.
Yeah. Sometime around Christmas, we'll probably get to the second leg.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Atomic Ballroom.
Right, here we go then. All right. It's Ringo's pick for the dreaded A side or the lovely B side.
I'm going to take A.
We always go with A.
Yeah. Good night, Phil.
All right.
Good night, Phil.
Good night, Phil.
See you next week.
Phil.
All right. So we're going with A.
Bye.
It's all about this week's more or less. Is all about platinum albums.
Oh boy.
Oh Jesus.
Now, when we're talking about platinum, I did this too. I can't remember what this was actually totally about. But anyway, if platinum albums are awarded for studio albums, live albums, compilations, and even video albums.
Right.
All right. Okay. So, question A on the A side regarding platinum album awards is, well, a platinum album is, just to explain if I remember correctly, is an album that sells more than 1 million units, right?
Okay.
So when you talk about somebody that has an album that sold 10 million units, that becomes a diamond. But we're just looking for albums that sold over 1 million, you know?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It might have sold 15 million, but we're just looking for albums that sold the magical 1 million mark. So AC/DC have 20 platinum albums.
Holy smokes.
20, right?
I didn't even know they had 20 albums.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's studio albums, live albums, compilations, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do Led Zeppelin, do they have more or less than 20 platinum album awards?
Ooh.
Oh man. So Zeppelin or
So we're looking at compilations, studio albums, greatest hits, you name it. Just
Hey, Ringo, I can't see your face. Are you cheating? Are
Oh,
you on the internet?
he could be Googling right now. He could
I
be
know he is.
I think he is.
I'm not googling. What? I'm not googling.
I'm Googling. Answer the
I'm not going
question.
to Google.
Oh dear.
That's a hard one. I don't really know.
Ooh.
When the music stops, you forfeit your turn.
Oh, no. Is that what that's about? That
We need
music? Okay, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go with a flyer because I'm not a big Led Zeppelin fan.
So you're gonna go with what?
No, I want to go with AC/DC, but I'm gonna go with Led Zeppelin because I don't know. I don't.
It's your gut feeling.
It's a hard one because I've got every AC/DC album.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So did Led Zeppelin have more or less than AC/DC?
Oh, I would say that they had more.
You're going for more.
Yeah.
All right. Ringo says that Led Zeppelin have more than 20 platinum album awards. All right.
Well, yeah, like
Me personally, I say no. I'm
I
gonna go
don't
for
even think they
AC/DC.
did 20 albums, did they?
No, but I'm saying they're just albums that are, is it the American recording, something for units sold, for millions? So it could be a greatest hits, it could be
anything.
Could be anything. Go live at the BBC. It can be live here, there, wherever. But if they tip the million mark, to get a platinum award.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to stick with Led Zeppelin, I guess.
All right. Your final answer. All right. Okay.
I want it to be AC/DC.
You've locked that one in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Heiko.
Yeah.
Same question, but this time you too have 17 platinum album awards.
Right.
Yep.
Now, do Aerosmith more or less than 17?
Less.
You're going for less?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so AC/DC, going back to Ringo, AC/DC have 20.
Yeah.
Ringo reckons the Led Zeppelin have more. And the answer is they actually have 18. So they have less.
Oh, come on. Dude, it's so close.
Hey, come on, it's tight. Hey, come on, you know.
Well, it is close. I mean, you know, you've got, I don't know. There's
Okay.
probably,
All right.
I don't know what the top 10 is, but.
So, well, next week I'm kind of like continuing this theme.
All right.
I mean, great questions, though, George. I mean, you know, or
I learned
actually,
so much from all this.
I would have never thought you'd put AC/DC up against Zeppelin, but putting Aerosmith up against U2, that's tough.
Yeah, but it's platinum albums, so you got to kind of think like, well, you know, have they been going longer? Are they bigger? Are they more popular? Are they you know what I mean? It's all those little things come in there.
Yeah.
So you two have 17 platinum albums. That means albums that sold 1 million or more. All right.
Okay.
And you reckon that Aerosmith have less than 17 million?
Definitely saying more. Guaranteed she's on.
So, hey, look, we're both wrong again.
Stephanie's a big music fan.
You said less.
Yeah.
Definitely saying more.
Aerosmith have 18.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Jesus, George, come on.
Hey, it could be questions about microphones. You
Wait.
know what I mean? Come on, I'm
Well,
trying my hardest.
that was brutal.
Well,
well,
we're getting there. That was
Mr.
week
Ringo,
18.
I think we're doing great. We've just been cruising at nothing for
that's
a couple months now, right?
That's
bit of
last
a
3
deadlock.
weeks. Last 3 weeks. Zip,
That's all right.
zip. So it remains 10-11.
You got both of them, so you know what she's talking.
Yeah. But
Whoa.
it's great. I enjoy looking at this stuff, you know, because even I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know the
it
answers
must
to
be
these.
fun figuring
It's
it
a
out.
lot of fun actually to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
See, and it's funny because I just went with the feeling because I like, Aerosmith more
Yeah.
than I do U2.
Yep.
And that's what I listen to. It's just I'm kind of going like, well, I don't know how many platinum albums they make, so I flipped a coin, right? I just pick one.
Yeah, exactly, more or less.
So I wonder under social distancing and all the lockdown stuff if they can stop me from going to Mars. You know?
Well, they don't have social distancing on Mars because the atmosphere is different.
Plus you're in suit too, right?
Yeah, so COVID can't spread there.
Oh, okay. Good point about that.
There's no COVID on Mars.
Yet.
I want to
and there will never be.
Okay.
I'd like to go now. So
yeah,
Elon, if you're out there watching our show,
well, you just have to make sure when you're on his little space shuttle there that you have internet so we can keep doing the show live.
Yeah, I'll
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we should wrap up, boys.
Okay. Got to keep the show rolling, even if you go to outer space, man.
But wasn't it Mars that invaded us in War of the Worlds? H.G. Wells. That was Mars, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're not friendly. They're not going to be friendly when you get there.
And what a great movie, Mars Attacks. Yeah. Do you remember that movie?
Mars Attacks, yeah.
All these great actors, like the list was insane, right? And boom, the aliens just kill everybody. Boom, just knock them off.
I used to collect the bubblegum cards back in the day. There were the actual bubblegum cards that you got with like a thin slice of pink bubblegum, but you got like a card or two cards.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember those? Yeah.
Yep.
Them. Burning cattle and all these cows in a field and burning flesh.
And what killed the aliens in the end? What was it that killed the Martians?
It was a common cold, wasn't it?
It was a cold or something. It was cold.
No, it was country music. When they heard country music, their heads exploded.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But we should wrap up, guys. But thanks for joining us late, and look forward to seeing you next week. And
see if you can get a hold of Stephanie Ann, and if she's into coming on the show next week, we can have her do trivia. She seems to be rocking out at this.
She might help Ringo out. You might help both of you out, actually.
And then maybe Derek too, and we could either do a tag team or something. Yeah. We'll figure something out. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So I guess we'll chat soon, boys.
Yeah.
We had another good show. We had a little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of seriousness, a little bit of snowflakeness. But hey, we got through it.
That's all that under. None of it's
absolutely not. Look at our faces. Do we look like we're serious?
No.
We take it seriously.
We look like privileged white men. So
So again, I want to thank the guests that were on our show tonight, and I'm hoping the number goes up. We'd love to hear from you folks out in Montreal, and just watch us on Facebook or YouTube or something, and send us a message. Tell them you love us or tell us you hate us. It doesn't matter. It's all good. We just want to hear from you. So I want to thank Richard, Aaron, Kathy, Keisha, Bobby Cuz, Phil, and Stephanie Ann. You guys are on the show regularly, and you guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, boys, for being here and making it so good. And we'll see you next Monday night at 9:30 when we get dirty on the Heikadelic Show. See you guys.
See you guys.
Ciao.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.